Hello, YouTube. It is simple once again, and well, I figured I'd go ahead and bring up something that just came up. I don't know whether or not you were affected by it, and I do feel sorry for the families in Toronto that have suffered losses in the recent shooting. You know, my heart goes out to you and everything like that, and I can't imagine what it's like. But aside from, you know, that and everything like that, the cry for stricter gun control and everything like that over in Toronto is now on the uprise and everything like that. And I just wanted to put my 2 cents into that, because really, you know, I am huge Second Amendment, you know, supporter and everything like that. I mean, there's a sticker on the back of my car that says "fuck gun control." So, which, impressively enough, nobody that has gotten in my car for Uber or Lyft has really said anything negative about it. I've only gotten one positive comment about it, actually. But aside from that, the Toronto incident, there was a male walking down the street, shooting people in a neighborhood, you know, anybody that was out and about, and then opened fired on a restaurant, got in a firefight with, got in a shootout with the police, and then eventually killed himself, shot and killed himself. And from what I understand, there's several dead and 23 or more wounded and everything like that. The article that I read was last updated about 14 hours ago. But besides that, there's nothing about the shooter, no name, whether he got the gun legally or illegally or anything like that. And really, with that much information, why call for stricter gun control? Because as far as the public knows, you know, they don't know anything. This guy could have got a hold of the gun illegally, and you want to push stricter gun control on people who legally purchase firearms. Like, it's just stupid. And even if he did get the gun legally and everything like that, and you want to push for stricter gun control, yeah, regulations and everything like that, I mean, how often have we heard of a mass shooting in Canada, like, in recent years? Like, with how many shootings that have happened in America, how many times have we heard anything in Canada? Granted, yes, they do have stricter gun control laws than America does, and everything like that. Granted, you know, you can still own firearms, and, you know, they're not completely impossible to get a hold of, like in some cities or states where, you know, freaking you got to jump through hoops and spend fortunes just to be able to get a piece of paper that says, hey, I can own a firearm. Then you could purchase a firearm for, you know, X amount more dollars. But freaking, what I don't understand is, you know, the mayor is crying out, at least I think it's the mayor, the governor, whomever. I briefly read the article. I've had 4 hours last night and 3 hours of sleep the night before, so I am running on fumes right now. So pardon me if I'm getting some of what I have read wrong. I literally just skimmed over it real quick just because it caught my eye, and now I figured I'd go on a rant about it. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care for criticism, you know. I mean, I do care for criticism, but I don't get angry about criticism or anything like that. But nonetheless, he's basically saying, you know, why should anybody own a gun in the city? And, well, there's your obvious reason. Did anybody have a pistol on him that, you know, he killed? Was anybody that he killed able to have a, I don't know, I can't remember if Canada does allow open or concealed carry. I'm pretty sure they do, but just like in the US, you know, you gotta, in most states, you gotta apply for a license and everything like that. I really wish Tennessee would be more like North Carolina and allow, you know, free open carry without a permit and everything like that, because that would be awesome. I would love to carry my Glock, you know, to some of the places I wind up, because I don't wind up in the most promising of all places around here in Knoxville. But nonetheless, here it only costs like maybe $100, $200 for me to get a concealed carry permit, and I'd be able to open or concealed carry at my leisure. But anyways, was anybody there, armed? What? Anybody else besides the gunman? Was anybody able to, carry, conceal, or open at all? Because, like most Second Amendment, fanatics will say, well, if there was one armed person there that was properly trained, they would be able to take out the threat before it had carried on. And there has been many, 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 many cases that have been swept under the rug by our media and social media and everything like that. Granted, some people tried to bring it to the light of people who are armed, whether with a concealed carry permit or open carry permit or what have you, that are armed, that kill a gunman before he's able to go on his rampage. There are many cases and everything like that, and nobody ever hears of it because it's not what the media wants to report. The only thing media wants to show you is all the negative shit, just so you can feel like, oh yeah, I totally agree, because this is happening so much. But there's a other more broad spectrum of all this where, somebody... Who the fuck are you? Okay, sorry about that. Freaking telemarketers. I get at least 3 dozen calls from numbers that I don't know, and about 90% of them are freaking robots. About my health insurance. Like, there's nothing wrong with my health insurance. I haven't even used my health insurance yet, and I've had it for freaking 8-9 months now. Anyways, but there's a very broad spectrum that's on the other side of all this that shows, there are many, many cases, once again, of armed civilians who are trained, who properly have taught themselves and have went to training and everything like that, shooting courses, what have you, that have brought down a gunman as soon as he entered a facility where he was just going to, shoot anybody in sight. It just irks me to sit here and see politicians once again saying, crying out for gun control and everything like that, and also sitting there thinking that, nobody needs to own a gun. Nobody but the police. But then I also want to turn around and be like, oh, well, the police are corrupt. They're killing people that are unarmed for no reason. Which, on the other side of that, it's not as crazy as the media likes to let it out to be, but everybody freaks out when it happens. But it's so many cases per year that it actually happens. But that's a whole different other topic. It's better that you watch Mike the Cop if you want. He talks about that a lot more in a lot better spectrum than I do when it comes to stuff about the police. But freaking speaking of the police, there's a state trooper. But yeah, why does anybody ever get into the city? Well, probably because if anybody that was killed or shot was able to have a gun on their person at any given time, and they had a gun on them at that particular time, the gunman probably wouldn't have gotten as far as he did. That's why. Because why did it take all the way up to him getting to a crowded restaurant after walking through a neighborhood just shooting up the place for the police to show up and, engage in a gunfight with him, only for him to, kill himself? But nonetheless, why was he able to go that far? If there was a citizen in the middle of that with a firearm that was properly trained, it would have either put him on hold until the authorities arrived, or they would have killed him right on the spot and done. Don't have to deal with it, don't have to worry about it, and he's done. He's not going to kill anybody else. But at the same time, this also proves here in America that if we had stricter gun laws, it ain't gonna stop really jack shit anything. Because in Canada, you can only have, for an AR-15, you're only allowed a 10-round magazine. pretty sure. It's either 10 or 5. I want to say it's 10. But you're only allowed a 10-round magazine. External, doesn't matter. No, actually, I don't even think they... No, they're external. External magazines, you're only allowed 10 rounds. There's certain weapons you can own, certain weapons you can't own, certain weapons you gotta apply for permits for, and everything like that. It is nothing like it is here in America. Nothing. Like, right now, if I wanted to, here in the state of Tennessee, the great state of Tennessee, when it comes to gun control and everything like that, is, I can go to any gun shop here in Tennessee, talk to them, find a firearm that I like, whether it's an AR-15, a shotgun, a bolt-action rifle, a pistol, a revolver, regardless of what gun it is, I can go there, pick out the gun I like, fill out a piece of paper, they call an office, the office does a background check on me to make sure I have absolutely no federal convictions against me or any domestic violence or anything like that. Basically to make sure that I didn't fuck up in the past and get arrested by the police for any violent crimes or anything like that. And then after that, they hand me the gun, and I hand them cash, they hand me the gun, and I go on my merry way. Alright, now my wife's calling. Alright, well, looks like I gotta cut this short. Bye.